Hello. This one's more relaxed. I'm obviously still the same since the last video. I just I'm in a big mood for talking right now, and I'm probably using up my topics here. However, um just I have some quotes from things that I really want to they're really important to me. They're all from Fleabag right now. they're just they're really in my mind at the moment, and I really wanted to analyze them. So I've just got my iPad here, and I've like airdropped the pictures over. So I just feel like talking about them right now, which I could do for hours, but I'll have to really give kind of a summary what I take from it from each quote. Okay, so here we go. I've got to keep it on charge because this is genuinely ancient. I've had this since primary school. If I take it off charge, I'll probably be dead in like 5 minutes. So the main one that I'll start with is the love is awful speech because it means so much to me because it is so true. Okay. I'll read it first and then I'll like go into the whole thing. Okay. So the priest says, love is awful. It's awful. It's painful, it's frightening, makes you doubt yourself, judge yourself, distance yourself from other people in your life, makes you selfish, makes you creepy, makes you obsessed with your hair, makes you cruel, makes you say and do things you never thought you would do. And then Claire says there's something wrong with your priest. The priest says, it's all any of us want, and it's hell when we get there, so no wonder it's something we don't want to do on our own. I was taught that if we're born with love, then life is about choosing the right place to put it. People talk about that a lot. I was in flow state. People talk about that a lot. It feeling right. But when it feels right, it's easy. But I'm not sure that's true. It takes strength to know what's right, and love isn't something that weak people do. Being a romantic takes a hell of a lot of hope. I think what they mean is when you find somebody that you love, it feels like hope. So thank you for bringing us together. Sorry, irrelevant. Um, so to start with, love is awful. I am so sick of people talking about love like it's always a great thing because it's so and it's obvious that love sometimes is a good thing, it is a bad thing sometimes because you can be in love with the wrong person, whatever, but love itself isn't an inherently good thing. Love is many things. To have love, you have to have all the negative emotions that come with it, as well as the good ones. Love is so much about balance. So, to be in love, you have to feel some jealousy. You have to feel some sort of obsession, maybe. You have to feel, you know, kind of too clingy. And you maybe have to doubt yourself a little bit, like it says, like, it makes you so many things, but it's also good because it makes you happy. It's great. It's the best feeling in the world, but it's also the worst. This is the thing. So I guess saying love is awful, is it kind of broad, but it's obvious in the way that it's meant, as in like love can be awful. Parts of love are awful, but not everything about love is awful. Love is the deepest thing we have, literally, because it's everything. Love is everything. Love is all around and it's everything. It's all any of us want and it's hell when we get there. So no wonder it's something we don't want to do on our own, like he says. Doing love by yourself. So in any case of unrequited love or being with someone who doesn't love you when you love them, it's the most complicated kind of pain you can experience. And I just find that very interesting and sad but poetic. Um, yeah. What else is in this? Being a romantic takes a hell of a lot of hope. Yes. I think what they mean is when you find somebody that you love, it feels like hope. That is so true. That is so, I'll just read all of these and be like, that's so true. Um, being a romantic, and especially when, you've maybe been through a lot of heartbreaks, or a lot has happened and you're still there searching for love. I'm sick of people who um well, people taking the mick out of people who are just obviously searching for love and putting effort into finding love, or whatever, or continuously having that level of hope. People say to them like, "Oh, you're a mug," like whatever, and it's like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, oh my god, you're sad. You're genuinely sad. Like, it's a beautiful thing to continuously have that hope in people and love, and to keep your spirits high after getting knocked back down so many times, and still bounce back and think it's okay. I will find it one way or another, and it'll be great. Yeah. um, I just think that people need to stop talking about love like it's the best thing in the world, because it is also the worst thing in the world. And I'm sick of that not being talked about enough, because people fall in love and expect it to always be sunshine and rainbows. And even in the healthiest, best relationships, it's still not going to be that, because then it's not, what is that? Like, and there's a thing that I'm pretty sure it was Keanu Reeves who said it. Probably not originally, but I know he quoted it on air, and like laughed it off, but it was so true. It was like, if you're a lover, you've got to be a fighter, because if you don't fight for your love, what love do you have? There has to be something like that with love. And it's not like maybe they've gone away and then you have to fight for them. It's not something like that. It just means that, like, you have to, every day, it's a choice. Love is a choice that you have to make every single day. And I'm sure that a lot of these videos are going to end up talking about love quite a lot, because it is the greatest mystery. Um, so it's really fun to talk about and discuss, I guess. But yeah, if you don't fight for your love, what love do you have? If you aren't waking up every day and bettering yourself, or like doing what you have to do to um I don't know how to word this without it sounding like changing yourself for somebody else, but like being a good partner, basically. If you want to do what you need to do to be a good partner every day, that's a bit broad actually, because I'm not saying that like every single day has to be perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's just being a good, you know, you know what I mean. Like every day, like effort. Effort is a huge thing. And I was speaking about this with somebody actually, about whether effort is because of love, or you put in effort to maintain the relationship. And we came to the conclusion that to you have to start with, it's about intention again. So unintentional effort coming from love. So say, inviting somebody over all the time, or wanting to see them all the time, or doing things for them. It's like that at first has to be unintentional. It's like you just can't help yourself. Like you just have to see this person and, text this person all the time or whatever. It has to be unintentional at first. If it's intentional from the get-go, you have a robotic relationship. That's it. It can move to that point down the line where it's like you're doing these things to maintain a relationship, but it also has to be a balance of like you actually want to do it and not just to maintain a relationship. It can never, if you're in a relationship, you can never just be doing something purely to maintain the relationship. It has to be slightly unintentional too, um, because it has to come from like the depth of your love. Because does that make sense? I don't know why I'm asking. Oh, that was a good pop. Sorry. I don't know why I'm asking as if someone's gonna reply, but um, it just, things have to come from the real depth, or else you are just doing it just for keeping this person's sake. And that's never, because you can know that someone's the right person, you can know that you should be with them, or want want to be with them, if that makes sense. But if in your heart you aren't doing these things because you just can't help yourself, and like, you just need this person, if you just want them and not need them, it's robotic. It's robotic. You can want someone, but know that in your heart you don't necessarily need them. Robotic, I don't mean like we don't need anyone, truly, but with love, it can make you feel like you need someone, and if that isn't there, you know? Anyway, next quote. This one's more about um, women. Women are born with pain built in. It's our physical destiny. Period pains, sore boobs, childbirth. We carry it within ourselves throughout our lives. Men don't. They have to seek it out. They invent all these gods and demons so they can feel guilty about things, which is something we do very well on our own. And then they create wars so they can feel things and touch each other. And then when there aren't any wars, they can play rugby. I like that bit. We have it all going on in here, inside. We have pain on a cycle for years and years and years. And then just when you feel you are making peace with it all, what happens? The menopause comes. The menopause comes and it is the most wonderful. I'm going to block out all the swear words because I don't want to do too much and get like, I don't know, thing in the world. Most wonderful thing in the world. Yes, your entire pelvic floor crumbles and you get hot and no one cares, but then you're free. No longer a slave, no longer a machine with parts. You're just a person. I feel like a lot of being a woman is being a machine. Everybody views you as this thing that will eventually pop out a baby or whatever. There's so many expectations. It's like you pop out a baby, get married, whatever. And I personally have not gone through menopause yet, probably not for a long time, but that really makes sense with me, and I'd love to discuss that with my mom sometime soon, and see if she, you know, gets that, um, because that makes sense. It's like, yeah, you're no longer a machine with parts because you've done everything. You've done what is expected of you in this life. Um, and I find that so interesting. I've never thought of it like that before because growing up, when someone speaks about menopause, it's like, oh God, like that whole thing, like worst thing on earth. But I guess that is a huge upside to it of like you're free and all these. I have also kind of grown up being kind of jealous of elderly ladies because it just and like elderly people in general because it just seems like everything's done. They can just relax. Like life is so much work. Like you have to figure out who you are. You have to figure out what you want to do, who you want to be, how you want to present yourself, what kind of people you want to surround yourself with, who you want to marry, if you want to marry, who you want to date, whatever. And then when you're old, you're done with work, everything. You've found your people, you've lived your life, you're free. And I hate that I view it like that because I want to view life like that. I want to view life like freedom, but to me that just seems like such good freedom. You have nothing left to figure out. You can just pass on your knowledge and, get spoon fed peas by some random worker in a care home. That to me just seems so peaceful. You have nothing left to worry about. And as somebody who struggles a lot with anxiety, that probably is where my jealousy comes from. And that it's like you have nothing left to worry about. You're done. You are done. Like you're, and I guess that's sad because it's like, well, I mean, to a lot of people that seems sad, and it's like, well, they're just there and then they're gonna die there. It's like probably for a lot of them, if they share these same opinions, probably could be quite relaxing. Because God, wouldn't you like a break? Like I think we all would like a break sometimes, and I guess it's what holidays are for. But it just makes me think of that. Um, yeah, I'll move on from that because I've messed with my brain. Um, yeah, the fact that men throughout history have invented things, gods and demons, to feel guilty about things. And I feel like religion does that a lot, where I don't speak about religion that much actually, but there are some parts that interest me. I'm not a religious person, um, but there are some parts that interest me. If anybody wonders why I wear a cross sometimes, it's for my grandma. My grandma was really religious, and as somebody who, I don't believe in it, but I really appreciated her take on it and what she got from it. So it's kind of just for her. Um, I'm looking at a picture of her on my wall right now. She was a wonderful woman, and she um, used religion in a great way, whereas a lot of the time it can be used in a negative way. To, like, especially with Christianity these days, where it's like it can be used a lot to excuse awful behavior like homophobia, racism, sexism, everything. They use religion to justify that, and I just think that is so wrong. Um, because um, religion can be so beautiful if you are using it correctly. It can be so beautiful. Um, a lot of the ideologies are just about like loving thy neighbor. That's a great one. I mean, geez, can we just take the good ones instead of the ones that fuel hatred? How is that religion? How is that something that you're looking up to? Can we not? Can we just take all the good things and just, if you're gonna have a religion, have that, have something that. I mean, of course, you should be able to do that on your own without a religion, but if that's something that, makes it easy, if you like some kind of textbook thing of like, do this, do that, great, have that, do the good things. Anyway, but it's definitely something that's been invented um, so that people can feel guilty about things, as it says. Because like the whole confession thing is crazy. Like, why do you need to go to a confession to feel guilty about what you've done? Um, or not, because I feel like they feel guilty anyway, and then they have to go to confession. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. I don't know. I hate that. Yeah, our physical destiny is pain. I hate that as a woman. Period pains, sore boobs, childbirth. We go through that. Ugh, our lives are so reduced to different types of pain, and it's so annoying. Like, period blood is the only form of blood that doesn't come through violence, and yet it's the one we're most disgusted by. I've heard that spoke about a lot recently. It annoys me so much because why is that disgusting? Why is period blood disgusting to people? And like, why? Just what? Like, baffles me. Truly baffles me. What about like blood from a gunshot wound? Like that's more, if somebody showed that on a video, that's more acceptable than period blood. Baffles me. Absolutely baffles me. Same thing with women not being able to get their boobs out, but guys can. Guys can walk around shirtless. Makes no sense to me. Hours are used for feeding a child. How is that something that should be covered up? Are you kidding? Literally feed. I mean, this goes back to us being like machines and everything, but yes, they are used for feeding a child. That is what they are here for. Why is that so frowned upon? Why do we have to cover them up and the guys don't? Guys, like, I don't even know why you guys have tits. What's that about? You isn't is that like the one body part that is like there for no reason? I'm sure it is. There's like no scientific reason why men should have nipples or boobs at all. I just find that interesting. Anyway, no sense. Why you got them? You just wanted to copy us on another thing. Great, brilliant. Um, yeah, I'll move on from that one. There's nothing more exciting than a room full of people. People are all we've got. Love that. Love that. Yes, because this is why confidence is so important, because people are literally all we have in life. Feelings, and you get feelings stronger from talking to people, befriending people, falling in love with people. This is how you get those strong feelings. People are all we've got. We imagine a world without people. Just imagine that for a second. People are literally all we've got. It's what everything comes from. People. Put yourself out there. Find new people. Find your people. Find any people. Befriend them, talk to them, feel things from them, hear their stories, tell them your stories, anything. People are all we've got. Kind of a quick one, but I just love that. I think it's beautiful. Because this is my second video in a row, I am getting, my voice is really hurting, and this camera roll is just, it's probably right to the top, and it's like 2015 or something. Oh God. I think you know how to love better than any of us. That's why you find it all so painful. I couldn't even click on the image, but I just knew it from just seeing the image. So I couldn't even read that properly, but I knew it off the top of my head. People who feel the most pain are people who feel the most love and joy and happiness. Because again, it's about balance. You can't feel one without the other. So if you're feeling that much pain, just know that it's because you felt that much love. Or if you're feeling that much sadness, just know that it's because you felt that much happiness. And I think that's wonderful. And bringing things back to one of my past relationships, actually, the reason it does make sense because I didn't feel much in that it was a very short relationship, and it was like a couple months. I didn't feel much when it ended, whereas I know he did. I didn't feel much when it ended because I knew that I hadn't felt that deeply when I was in it. So that kind of, so the more you feel after a relationship has ended, the better, because that means that you experience something truly great. So the more you feel, the better, really. Which is why it can be quite sad when you don't feel as much from a relationship ending, because it meant that maybe towards the end or throughout it you weren't feeling as much as you thought you were, which is very sad. So if you do experience any kind of pain, feel it fully. This is always my advice. Cathard, um, put on your sad tunes, feel it to the best that you can, and then you can begin to heal. Always feel all your negative emotions as much as you possibly can. Cherish them, because things like that are unexpressed love or happiness. It's coming out because it's kind of flipped over now. Always just feel as much as you possibly can, because that is life. And I'll say this a lot throughout all of my videos, that is life. Feeling is life. That is what life is about. So if you can't feel one thing, you're not going to feel the other. It was a funny one. I think I'm going to end this one here, just because this is the like part two. I'm like getting, whew, I'm getting tired now, and I have plans soon, so I need to. I'll try and get these edited and, or not edited, but like cropped, and up. So yeah, I hope that was interesting, because they're definitely some of my favorite quotes. I actually got "It'll pass." Oh, I didn't speak about that one. "It'll pass" from when Fleabag. Actually, better that I didn't speak about that one, because that one's more like not in a general sense, more like personal. But "It'll pass" when Fleabag says to the priest, "I love you," and the priest goes, "It'll pass." Gut wrenching, and then afterwards he says it back, even more gut wrenching, unscripted, may I add. gut wrenching show, but some great quotes from it. So Phoebe Waller-Bridge is an absolute genius, and I adore her. That's what I'll wrap it up for today. Great stuff. Crack on. Thanks for watching.